Okay, so like many people with my Yaw3, I am changing the roller bearings on the roll control there, which is inside the machine here. I'll just show you how to get that off. It's pretty straightforward. Obviously you take your seat off and all of your side plates. Seat just comes off with this Allen key at the front, as you probably know, and the side plates just come off, of course, underneath. They are bolted through on the main roll platform, which is here. Underneath the roll platform, you've got the main roll arm here, which is what the roller bearings roll across, with the belt that goes underneath. So to get this off, I found the easiest way was to just take the end plate off. You've got the little end plate here that clamps the belt on, so just take all that apart. The belt comes loose, and then you can slide the main roll part out of the machine, and it exposes the bearings underneath. You've got to take a couple of plates off. There's the plate there which comes off from the front here. That's just a few Allen keys, and there's another plate there, look, that goes over the top of there. So take those off. The only other thing you really need to take off when you do that is to just take off this nut here, because I don't think you can get the plate off. That exposes everything that you need to expose. Now, there's quite a lot of these roller bearings in here. The ones that they supplied, I'll just show you up the top here, they are not very good. So these are the original ones here. You can see the rubber on it comes off very easily. It's only actually glued in one place around there, so you don't want to be using those for very long. They'll fall off. So I've replaced these ones here. So there are actually two different types really in here. You've got the type where the threaded bolt is in the middle there, threaded M8 bolt in the middle there. They're very, very easy. Just unbolt those with an Allen key and bolt the new ones on. That's no problem at all. They are 32 by 8. And then you've got the ones which are on the two shafts, which are the main supporting shafts here, which you can see here. Now, these are not 32 by 8. In the group, people have been saying they're 32 by 8. They're not. They're 32 by 10. So it's a 10mm center. These are more difficult. So these are the main ones that it sits on. Look, for the roll platform. So they go in like a dog leg slot there. Look, in the other side. So you can just feed those in. I won't do it in a minute. I'll just put one in so you can see exactly where they sit. So you've got one of those each side, which just goes in, obviously the big slot, into the big slot the other side, and then it just drops into place. Put that one the wrong way around actually, so ignore that. But that's where they go. And when you get these out, you'll find there is on the end there's a little circlip, look, so that needs to be taken off. Then you need to get the bearing off. These three spaces in the middle, they can stay where they are, but there is a washer on the inside of each one, so that needs to also be replaced. I actually got my mechanic to take these out and put these back on. It's quite tricky. They're tight on the shafts. You can just tap and knock those out, but you want to use the right size socket to get on the inside bearing, and then the old bearings will come out. These are the old bearings here. You can see the rubbers there. They just came off very, very easily. A couple were off on mine already before I even started this job, which were making the machine clonk about a lot. So I've got those there. They'll go back in, and that will all go back together. And basically that's how you do it. It's not a terribly difficult job. You just want to be careful getting these main shaft bearings on and off, and get the right sizes, because these ones are not the same size as these ones. Even though the outer diameter is the same at 32, these are an 8 on the inside, these are a 10 on the inside, and then I think that's a 10 on the outside, or 8. It's not so important that. I think it's a 12 actually, I think it is on the outside. Now the other thing that I've done with my yaw is I've made a change to these Now these are the side bits, of course, that clamp on here, which stop the main pitch roller from coming out with the big roller on the top there. Now that's exactly the same size as these ones in here. So if you just get 2 more of these, they go on the sides, and you can also see there's a third one there that I'm also going to replace. That one seems a bit thinner, but I think it'll be okay with the slightly thicker one on. I'll double check that in a minute. But what I've done with these side rollers, now what I'm finding with mine is I'm getting squeak out of the belt in the middle. If you see I move that, you get a squeak out of it, and that is because it's got too much lateral movement in it from these tiny little rollers here, which keep the pitch in line. So they are little ones there, and what I've done is I've changed those now for slightly bigger pom bearings there that you can see. So that I'm hoping will keep it, you know, nice and tight into the center, and should stop this lateral movement and the squeak that I'm getting out of the belt because that's happening. So I've actually changed the size of those. I'll put the sizes of all these in the descriptions and the links to them. But I think they're a 22 mil now, whereas before they were an 18 mil. So just 4 mil, but that just gives you enough that it just goes into this little piece here, this runner, this top edge runner, and it goes in tight against the pitch control and holds it in. So that's how I've done it to change all these bearings. If you haven't changed these already in your Yaw3, they are going to go, and you get the clonking and all the rest of it with some of them, of course. I found one of these rubbers, you know, spat out of the machine, so then it's just sitting on the actual bearing itself, and that's just going to make a lot of clunking and cause damage. You can see there on my inner there that where that one's come off, you know, it's cut into the powder coating a bit, and where one's come off on the bottom, it's cut into there as well. So we'll get away with that, that's fine. I'll just sand that off a bit, but you don't want it running like that for too long. Anyway, there you go, that's how it's done.